Hey girls, Tiffany Dawn here, and welcome back to another week of Tuesday Girl Talk. So how's your Christmas shopping going? Have you guys gotten everything? I don't know about you guys, but the men in my life tend to be the hardest to shop for, and my husband is the worst. I feel like a lot of times us girls are easy, like get us cute clothes and you're good to go. But like for guys, I don't know, what do I get them? Like a football? So I know every guy's different, and my brother loves fashion stuff, so he was always easy to shop for. But my husband is another story. So I was so excited because I got the best idea for a Christmas present for him. And I can't tell you because he watches all my videos, but I'm really excited. But today, what I want to talk with you about is actually something a little bit different than usual. How to lead a small group. I started leading small groups when I was in high school, and some of them over the years have gone better than others, but they've all been a lot of fun and a big learning experience. So today I want to share with you the top 8 things that I've learned about leading small groups that help me, and I'm hoping they can be helpful for you too, whether this is your first time ever leading a small group or whether this is your 100th time. And as always, please feel free to leave your own comments and things that help you with leading small groups because I would love to read them and learn from them. So let's go ahead and get started. Tip number 1. Know your audience. I love doing Beth Moore book studies. I think her Bible studies are just amazing. But in the videos that she does and in the Bible studies themselves, it kind of assumes that you already know a fair bit about the Bible. So there's some like Christianese words in there, and there's like a lot of looking up different passages in the Bible, and it's amazing. But if somebody doesn't really know anything about the Bible, it can be very overwhelming or even confusing. But then I have some small groups with girls who don't really know much about the Bible at all, maybe aren't even sure they're Christians, so we try to do something that's a little more approachable for anybody. One of the places I love to go is the Bible Project, which is on YouTube, free videos that give an overview of the narrative of the Bible. So it's important to know who are the people that you're hoping will be in this group, and you choose your study material accordingly. Tip number 2, find a co-leader or a friend who can help you with leading the Bible study. So yeah, it's helpful to have somebody who can lead a discussion every once in a while, but even more so, it's really helpful to have a friend there who's consistently there almost every week, has got your back, is going to talk during discussion times, and somebody who will be there to welcome the girls as they come in and text with the girls during the week to follow up, just to help build that sense of community. So it takes a weight off of your shoulders so it's not all on you, and it's so much more fun to do stuff like this with a friend. Tip number 3, come prepared with some good questions. There's nothing worse than getting to Bible study and having people ask you questions that you were asked in first grade Sunday school. Do you think I'm 5 still? Then people are gonna feel like, why would I answer this question? And it won't really get a conversation started. So you wanna ask open-ended questions that are thought-provoking and kind of touch on our response spiritually and emotionally to the passage you're studying. But also don't feel like you have to be stuck to the questions you've planned, because it could be that you get going in the discussion and the conversation just like takes off on this topic or idea or verse that you didn't expect. And it could be like God is really working in hearts there, so don't feel like you have to just end it and go back to your questions. Let the conversation go as long as it's still on the topic of like seeking God and really sharing what's going on in our hearts. So have that list of questions, be prepared with it, but also don't feel like you have to be stuck to it. Tip number 4, have a little bit of a schedule or some structure. Girls just love talking and being together and sharing about life. So if you don't have time built in to do that, it can be easy to just get off topic and never actually get to the study. So for example, in the study I'm doing right now, the girls come at 6:30 and we just hang out and talk and people arrive, and that gives them flex time too. So if they're running late, they're not missing anything in the study. And then at 7 o'clock, we actually start the study. And then at the end of the study, we close out with prayer requests and sharing a little bit of what's been happening in our own lives. And then we have another half an hour to an hour built in where people just stay until they want to go and just hang out and talk. And because of that structure, it helps us to stay focused during the study time because we have time to catch up before and after and to be girls and just enjoy doing life together, which is so important. Tip number 5, never say anything behind somebody's back unless if it's really good. One of the ways you build trust in a small group is for you as the leader to set the tone for the whole group. And so if you're talking about people behind their back, that's going to make it so people think, oh, is she talking about me behind my back too? And it can create a really toxic atmosphere. So it's so important for you as the leader to never engage in talking badly about somebody in the group. If you do say something when they're not in the room, make it be amazingly positive, raving about the things you love about that person. And then that will get back to them and they will feel so loved. Tip number 6 is give a get to know you questionnaire. At the beginning of a small group session, I love to hand out to each of the girls this little form where they put down their birthday, their favorite snack, their favorite color, and then I can also take notes on it throughout the year of other things I learned that they love. So if they have certain sport they're in or a play coming up, I can write that down. And then it gives me a way to just get to know them and do little things that let them know they're loved. On their birthday, sending out a group text to the person like, happy birthday, we love you. And then saying, hey, I know you love hummus and pretzels, so that's what we're having tonight. Just little things like that go a long way in letting someone know how loved they are. Tip number 7 is assign jobs. When people have responsibility in something, it helps them be more committed and feel more integral, like needed part of the community. So if you want to have somebody in charge of assigning who brings a snack on each different week, that's a great way to have a job for somebody. You can also have girls that you think are great at leading discussion take turns leading the discussion sometimes. I've had some small groups where a girl plays guitar and so she'll do some worship songs at the beginning. So the more you give that sense of ownership to people in your small group, the more committed they'll become and the more community they'll feel. And lastly, but most importantly, number 8 is pray a lot. I cannot tell you the power of prayer. Like when we ask God, would you come, would you move in us? He wants to do that already. And sometimes it feels like he's just waiting for us to ask. I start praying for small groups months before they ever start. And for me, it'll be praying like, God, who do you want in this small group? Like, would you put us together? And then before it starts and while it's going, I'm praying for the girls like that God would really just be working in their hearts, that they'd be open to him, but also that he'd have a sense of unity in our group, that people wouldn't be mad at each other or have drama, but that there would just be this sense of unity. I think sometimes we buy into the idea that if we're praying, we're not doing anything, but really when we're praying, we're asking God to do what we could never do. And I've seen him work miracles in girls' lives. Like this one girl was like, for the first time in my life, I feel like God is real. And she has this amazing walk with God now and knows that he loves her and he is completely transforming her life from the inside out. And that would never have happened without just asking God to work in our hearts. So girls, I hope those things can be so helpful for you. Again, please comment your own thoughts and ideas in the box below. I would love to read them and learn from them. And if this is your first time ever leading a small group or about to be your first time, comment that below too. I want to be praying for you and I want to hear that because that is so exciting. And next week, I'm so excited to share with you something God's been teaching me that has been setting my heart free over the last few years. If you've ever thought, I wish I could love God like that girl does, or I wish I could serve God like that person does, this next video next week is for you. So I will see you then. Have an amazing day and I love you girls. Bye.